Hello, my name is Mark Goodacre, and I'm sitting in the Fellows Garden at Exeter College and thinking about the synoptic problem. One of the most fascinating elements in the synoptic problem is the L material, so called special Lucan material. Special Luke is material that's only found in Luke's Gospel. There's tons of it. And it's some of the most memorable material in the Gospel tradition. So it has things like the parable of the Good Samaritan. Even if you knew nothing about the Gospels, you've heard the term Samaritan and Good Samaritan, and it's Luke's Gospel that has it. The parable of the prodigal son, one of the most famous stories, again in the Gospel tradition, unique to Luke in Luke chapter 15. Same chapter, parable of the lost coin, also unique to Luke. And it's not just the parable material that Luke adds, you've got some great stories. The story of Zacchaeus, who can't see Jesus and climbs the tree so that he can see Jesus. You've got the story of Mary and Martha, where Martha is busying around her daily activities while Mary is the one that sits and learns at Jesus' feet. You have one of the most iconic stories of the resurrection, unique to Luke as well, the story of the road to Emmaus, where Jesus is expounding the scriptures to his companions who haven't yet recognized him, and they only recognize him in the breaking of the bread. Again, a typical Lucan story. One of the things that's so clever about a lot of this material that's unique to Luke is the characterization is so strong. You can actually see the characters. You actually, in the end, almost sympathize with people that are supposed to be the baddies in the stories. It's very easy for us to sympathize with Martha, for example, busy doing the housework, while Mary is just sat at Jesus' feet. Even in the story of the rich man and Lazarus in Luke 16, the rich man's having this horrible time in Hades, and there's part of you that feels sorry for this guy, even though he's been selfish during his life. A lot of people see Luke as the great storyteller of the New Testament, and I think that is in large part because of the special Lucan material. It does raise the question where it came from. Does Luke have a special L source, his little book that he went to? Does he get it from oral tradition? Is it spun from his creative imagination, or a mixture of those things? They're the sorts of questions that make the synoptic problem so fascinating.